dog movies of all time that every dog lover must watch. Dogs have been featured in films since the dawn of cinema. The best dog movies ever feature cute pups that the audience can connect with. As they say, dog is man's best friend. If an audience doesn't like anyone in the cast, then they'll at least like a dog. This is especially important in dog movies for kids. Unlike other animals, canines are easily trained, and therefore ideal for motion picture production. Welcome to DLP Movie and let's count down our top 10 best dog movies of all time that every dog lover must watch. Canine. Let's meet the two toughest cops in town. One's just a little smarter than the other. The extravagant cop Michael Dooley needs some help to fight a drug dealer who has tried to kill him. A friend gives him a dog named Jerry Lee, Officer Lewis, who has been trained to smell drugs. With his help, Dooley sets out to put his enemy behind the bars. But Jerry Lee has a personality of his own and works only when he wants to. On the other hand, the dog is quite good at destroying Dooley's car, house and sex life.
Never pull anything like that again!
He's amazing.
I can't believe all that came out of one animal.
Look, let's get one thing straight. The woman is mine. He's a hit.
If the hero of K9 had adopted a similar approach to his dog, this might have been a better movie. Instead, we start with a standard drug movie and end up with so many monologues to the dog that the dialogue coach must have needed a pooper scooper. HACHI, A Dog's Tale. HACHI was a lost little dog at the station, but a man named Parker Wilson found him. At home, he cared for him all the time and learned him a lot of things. But after a year, HACHI is a smart dog. He often walked with Parker to the station because he couldn't be without Parker. HACHI at the station always waiting for him to finish his job and come home with HACHI. But for a moment, Parker isn't returned anymore. It happened unbelievable about the dog HACHI after he didn't return. His movie will show you a strong feelings.
HACHI! Hey, HACHI!
It's a very gentle film that quickly engages the audience as it introduces a heroic dog, a man with a loving heart, and an idyllic setting. That engagement intensifies emotions, which later carry the story through the years, to its bittersweet conclusion. Lassie. The story of an intelligent, heroic collie and his young owner, previously featured in numerous films, and a successful 1950s television series, was updated for the 1990s in this family feature. This time, Lassie is determined to help a cynical city boy named Matt, who turns even more resentful when his family relocates to a small town in rural Virginia. Soon after this move, a bright collie enters the family's life and wins up with the name Lassie because of the television show, which Matt's younger sister watches passionately. Lassie sets out to cheer Matt up and introduce him to the wonders of nature, while also helping the family stand its ground against rich, unpleasant neighbors. There are also run-ins with vicious wild animals and a daring rescue over river rapids, but the main focus remains on the emotional relationship between Matt and the dog, a story that will seem old-fashioned and charming to some viewers while familiar and sentimental to others. Old Yeller. Old Yeller, the best doggone dog in the West, endears himself to the Coates family after father, Jim, leaves home to work a cattle drive in post-Civil War Texas. Full of mischief, young dog befriends Copper, a hound dog pup, turning the family pet into a snarling beast that tries to attack Arliss, the younger of two brothers. Older sibling, Travis, is forced to put down Yeller. What a tearjerker! Old Yeller is a rousing, heartbreaking, rewarding coming-of-age tale about a boy learning to be a man in his father's absence, in particular learning to face tragedy and loss, and to do what must be done even when it breaks your heart.
Come on, it's time to eat. No, we've got to do it.
But heartbreak doesn't have the final word. The emphasis in the end is on what has been gained, not what has been lost. Marley and Me. We think most lab owners can identify with Marley and Me, in which a young couple, Owen Wilson and Jennifer Aniston, who adopt a yellow pup that turns out to be a terror. Nothing is safe when Marley is around, including a necklace Wilson buys for Aniston. The dog eats it and his owners must wait as it makes its way through his digestive tract. When it finally comes time to put Marley down, Wilson pets him as the dog's given a lethal dose in a beautiful moment that captures how much we really love our pets. This can be quite the tearjerker, however you may find the movie to be quite heartwarming and very beautiful. We watch as the family grows and how their silly dog is a very important part of the family. Anyone who has had a dog can relate. The movie moves along at a nice pace.
Caught Marley eating the pillow, hid the evidence from Jenny, cleaned up Marley's vomit in the kitchen, helped Jenny make dinner, overcooked the spaghetti, got into a food fight, proofread Jenny's column, read Sebastian.
The Fox and the Hound. A young fox named Todd is taken in by an old woman after his mother is killed by a hunter. Full of mischief, young Todd befriends Copper, a hound dog pup, as they grow up. However, their friendship becomes endangered by what they have become. Copper is a hunting dog, and Todd is his prey. Although the plot deals with the serious subjects of maturity and loss of innocence, there's also plenty of humor. However, the climactic fight with the bear is pretty realistic, and maybe a little too intense for younger kids. The bittersweet finale, where the fox and the hound smile at each other, then go their separate ways, knowing they can never really be friends anymore, is particularly poignant and will bring a tear to the eye of anyone who has grown up and lost a friend. Turner and Hooch. Turner and Hooch became more popular and seemingly overshadowed its greater success. Even though K9 had a very similar plot, one byproduct of 2 consecutive Oscar wins is that Tom Hanks no longer has to appear in such pot boilers as Turner and Hooch. Hanks plays Turner, a meticulously groomed, excruciatingly well-organized detective working in a small California coastal town, when local character Amos Reed is murdered by drug smugglers. The only witness is Reed's slobbery, smelly mutt. Hooch, you're way ahead of us, folks. Turner, who despises dogs in general and Hooch in particular, is compelled to put the cantankerous dog up as his house guest. Also easily predictable is the fact that Turner and Hooch will, by the next to last reel, become boon companions. To its credit, the film has an abundance of laughs and thrills. But, gee, that ending. 101 Dalmatians. Fashion designer Anita and computer game writer Roger meet, fall in love and marry along with their Dalmatians Perdita and Pongo. But the proud dog's puppies are kidnapped by Anita's boss Cruella de Vil, who is stealing young Dalmatians to make the quote she has set her heart on. Enlisting the help of the British Animal Kingdom, Pongo and Perdita set out to find and rescue all 99 pups from their fearsome captors, Jasper and Horace. It is one of the highest-grossing movies of 60s. The movie was also released in another version in the year 1991, which also became a huge hit. Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey. The adventure begins when the loving owners of 3 irresistible pets chance a fun-loving American bulldog pup, Sassy, a hilarious Himalayan cat who lives up to her name, and Shadow, a wise old golden retriever, are forced to leave them in the temporary care of a friend who lives hundreds of miles away. But after several days, the worried animals begin to their family must be in trouble, so they decide to head for home. On their incredible journey across the ruggedly beautiful Sierras, they encounter unexpected surprises from man, beast, and nature alike.
Determined to find their way back.
I'm going home.
Wait!
They're off on an adventure they'll never forget.
Oh, this ground isn't nearly soft enough.
Don't be such a sissy, Sassy.
It's an untamed world full of surprises.
Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey is a movie frankly designed for kids, and yet it has a certain craftsmanship and an undeniable charm. And if you find yourself watching it with a child, you may end up liking it almost as much. Lady and the Tramp. A classic from Walt Disney, every kid should see Lady and the Tramp, a movie about a posh cocker spaniel, Lady, and her exploits with Tramp. A stray from the wrong side of the tracks, Lady and the Tramp tells the story of a female American cocker spaniel named Lady, who lives with a refined, upper-middle-class family, and a male stray mutt named Tramp. When the two dogs meet, they embark on many romantic adventures. The most endearing scene is, of course, when the two kiss while enjoying a candlelit spaghetti dinner. Hardships abound throughout the movie, but there's a happy ending when ladies' owners adopt Tramp and the two dogs have a litter of their own. Not only is the story one of the greatest and most true to life, but the visuals are beautiful, which is a perfect match, considering the overall film is nothing but gorgeous storytelling. What is your favorite movie from the list? Let us know below and do not forget to subscribe.